Novulent. Welcome in.
Hi.
Oh, I love this.
I know. I'm like taking it all in.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I actually designed it
I don't know.
myself.
Can you hear?
We need sound. We need
that
sound.
bookshelf that you see.
We're missing
it's
sound.
custom
Oh,
made.
there we go.
I had that custom, like I designed it and all. Same thing with the bed. I wish you could have seen like the frame. Like it's all a lot of the stuff here is just very custom made.
Oh
Except
my
for the carpet.
gosh.
That's
It's
from Home Depot.
Beautiful. Okay, but I love the red carpet. Yes.
Yeah, like it completes it, like with the and it matches well with like the dark red for the shelf. Like it's all curated. It's all curated.
Love the curation. You did an incredible
This
job.
looks amazing. And the carpet matches, hold on, the background, yes. Oh, I love it.
And the bed covers that are a little bit messy. I
And your
apologize for that.
eyebrows. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
zooming in.
yeah. I recently dyed them red.
Oh, it looks so good.
I'm
Thank
obsessed.
you, thank you.
Well, it is so good to have you. I know chat's so excited as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for bringing the backdrop. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We're getting out backdropped right now. But welcome. Okay, first of all, for those that do not know you, can you kind of describe to the community in chat, like what's your sound, what's your vibe that you give in music?
Yeah. So Novulent, I'm 21 years old. Born and raised in Dallas, Texas. This is my studio as well. It's where I make all my hits. It's where I make all my music. The sound that I would honestly describe it as alternative rock. I have a lot of shoegaze influences, which is why as I was like going up, a lot of people, especially during the community, were very much on edge if I was even considered a shoegaze artist, because like there's some songs that are shoegaze, but other ones that very clearly aren't. So I like to describe myself as alternative rock so that when people go into listening to me, they're a little bit more open-minded to what I have to offer compared to just saying that I'm like one particular style.
Right. Oh, it's awesome. And your music, beautiful. So,
Thank you.
which we'll get into that in a little bit. But Volume 3 just dropped a week ago today. So you told your fans it's the, quote, end of your own documentary in music form. How does it feel to finally have that chapter out in the world?
Honestly, it feels refreshing. I've been working on that for so long. Like honestly, after when I finished volume 2, I planned on dropping a volume 3, but I wanted to like save that for later. And eventually that album that I was working on got scrapped and volume 3 just authentically happened, which I feel like just makes it like so much better since it's since my volume series are more about my personal life and growth. I really love the idea about how like volume 3 was just an in the moment naturally happening instead of me planning out like, okay, now it's volume 3 time, since I did do volume 1 and 2 back to back.
So it happened more organically. You got to really didn't feel forced into it. And that's something for sure, you can tell.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And kind of going back to we were talking about like genres and kind of where you like see your music now. I kind of saw that like when you first started making music, you gravitated towards more of like a dream pop sound because you were feeling like a bit more like shy about your vocals. And now that your music has kind of like changed, like what gave you the confidence to kind of push your sound to like a different place and like get your vocals like more out there as well?
Honestly, what really pushed it was I would say it's like this is the moment that like everything changed for me. I worked at like multiple jobs always, but the last like job that I had, I was working at Chipotle. And this was like before my music like blew up or anything like that. And I was still in that dream poppy phase. And I just had this like crazy like mental breakdown. Not like it wasn't like it was more like a real mental breakdown. Like I was just very robotic And in my mind, there was just a thousand thoughts, nothing. I couldn't see anything. Everything was all hazy. And I was just like, what am I doing with myself? Like, is this even what I want to do with the rest of my life? Am I even happy with the music that I'm making? Like, is I see, X, Y, and Z people within this scene and this scene do this and do what they want to do. Why am I limiting myself? And so after whenever that happened, I ended up quitting my job. Um, and then that's when I really hit that shift and I was really starting to put myself more vocally out there. And volume 3 shows that the best. And of course, I don't want to spoil everything, but there is a song Enchanting that I would say has like the clearest vocals that I had. And in the future, I am planning on dropping more stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's exciting. Also, like I like how you describe the moment of just everything's foggy and it's kind of like the what am I doing? It's like your brain and your body's telling you this isn't right yet. I'm
Yeah.
glad you listened to that because it's just going into this place where it's so natural for you to create. Like, obviously, it's beautiful. So
Hmm.
keep chasing that. We love it.
Yeah, of course. It's like it's kind of daunting being in the creative field. Like the idea that you can really create anything, you end up well when you start out anyways, you end up almost like limiting yourself. I feel like there's like two types of people. It's either you're like too ambitious and then you just have that ego check of like you're not at that point to where you can really do everything you want to do, like slow down, calm down. And then there's the other one that's like they have ideas but they limit themselves as to what they can do.
Yeah. Just putting yourself kind of like in a little box.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And, with your tracks, a signature part of them is that they're kind of like short, punchy, and they kind of like leave the listener wanting more. Is that an intentional creative choice of yours, or is that just kind of like the natural flow that you end up at?
Honestly, that's the natural flow that I have. Since my lyrics are very story driven, I would say but compared to other artists, I always like as I'm writing, I will purposely have like an idea, have like a story that I want to tell, and using like vague wording, make it to where like you understand what I'm talking about, but it's enough to where you can relate it, hopefully, to yourself, which happens a lot with my music, especially with how emotional it is. So because of that, I don't try to do too many long songs because sometimes it kind of just drags on. But in volume 3, there are consistently longer tracks because that was just the appropriate time to do something like that. So it's a mixture of it being intentional, of not taking up too much time, but then it's also to the point where it's like I understand my writing style and I know what I can do best, and the people love it. So of course, as time goes on, sometimes I might make songs longer, sometimes I might make them shorter. It's just whatever I feel is what I'm gonna do, and my Novas are gonna feel that in the song.
I
Yeah.
like that you call your fans Novas. That's really cute.
I know. I love
Yeah.
that.
Like, oh, that's awesome. So, Scars is often pointed to you as the origin story of how you became Novulent and decided to take
Mm.
music seriously. For any aspiring artists listening right now who is stuck making music on their like phone and using what they have at home, what is the biggest lesson you took away from that era of your life?
Oh, honestly, the easiest. It sounds as crazy as it sounds, for me personally, I say be very ignorant on your dream. Cause the amount of cause whenever it came to me, a lot of people like in my personal life didn't know that I was making music. I was faceless for a good chunk of my career. And whenever I started showing my face a little bit more, people were like, "Oh yeah, no, you need to, hop in a studio. If you want to do it at home, that's cool. Like, you need to buy a mic, you need to buy this, you should do it on FL, X, Y, and Z." But I was so ignorant. I was like, I don't like doing any of that. I'm just gonna stick to BandLab. That's just how it is.
Mhm.
And I kept on doing that. And I kept on going about that. I mix and master my own music. So I kept on just like getting better and better at mixing on BandLab, and even to this day, I still do it on BandLab. People still tell me the same thing all the time, but I'm just very ignorant on what I want to do because I feel like whenever you have that drive to do something on your own, like authentically, you're gonna end up reaching there at some point instead of listening to what other people say because like that's not what you really want to do. So it's gonna end up it's kind of like telling a baker to start making a burger instead of keep on making cake. Like, yeah, they have the basis of cooking down. They could make a burger if they wanted to, but they're best at making cake. So they're gonna stick
Yeah.
to being a baker. And that's how I feel myself. So be ignorant on the style and the way how you want to do music. Authentically, you will evolve. And then in time, people will catch on to your vision. And then, yeah.
Love that. But that's so real. Like, if it feels good, it feels right, you feel inspired, don't start over from scratch with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I always say that.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and I love that you're kind of bringing us into like your process, especially with like the band lab and everything like that. And you told us too, like this room is kind of like your studio as well, right?
Yeah.
So, what advice do you have for people that are getting started? Like, how do you get yourself in the headspace to start creating, especially if you run into maybe like some type of block? Like, are there certain things that you do to kind of like get into that artistic flow?
Oh yeah, of course. Whenever it comes to me, a lot of I would say honestly, playing like video games a lot of the time can inspire me. I play a lot of RPGs. They're relatively story driven. That's like the main like appeal of it. Of course, the gameplay is more like tactical, which is a whole different side. But a lot of the time, some of the stories within them will inspire me, and I'll end up playing them. There's also the Soul series of like Elden Ring and Bloodborne. They're more lore driven games, so like a lot of the things that I'll do are mainly like story driven based type of like hobbies. They will inspire me to uh make a song and then I'll end up doing it. Like I have this one song, um The World Ends With You. It's on volume 3 and that's the title of a video game. Like that's the title of the video game and that just inspired me. Just that title alone inspired the entire song. Even though the song isn't about the video game, just the title in itself did that. So it's really just my own personal hobbies will end up just inspiring me randomly out of nowhere. Or sometimes I'll just listen to some music from like other artists that will just get me into this like flow. Like one thing that I really like doing a lot, um, what I personally do to help with songwriting is that whenever there's like empty space within a song, I'll pretend that I'm a feature on that song. So
Oh,
Oh,
that's so smart.
come up
yeah.
and I'll just come up with something off the top of my head of like whether it's a melody, whether it's lyrics, a verse, whatever. And sometimes I'll even spend like days pretending like, oh yeah, that like Chino came up to me and is like, yo, dude, I have this song, bro. I want a verse on it. And I'll pretend as if I'm actually writing something and I'll be like, oh, this is so good. And then I'll keep it like to myself and I'll use it on a song sometimes or just as like a practice just to keep that flow in. So that's what I always do to help me with my creative process.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, that's super. I'm sure that's very helpful to a lot of people out there too. So basically just building inspiration from like your passions as well around you outside of
Yeah.
music. That's a really sick process. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. No one asked me that, so I've always wanted to share that.
Yay!
Wanted to share that.
I got
No.
excited on the Dark Souls mention. I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I can hear that
Yeah.
now. The influence, let's go. There was a question in chat asking if you've played Expedition 33, and I am now curious too, based off your other influences for music.
I have not. There's so many games that I haven't played. Like I just recently finished Persona 3 Reload
Okay.
after I've like replayed like Persona 5 like twice. And then there was this what was it? There's this other game called the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. That's another tactical RPG and I was playing that I replayed Danganronpa, which is a more like visual
It's
storytelling
been a long
type of
time. I remember
game.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're releasing like a new game, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, I'll just like replay that. So like I was doing that. Then there's some like other action games that I'll play, like the first Berserker Kazan. It's like one of my favorite like soul style of like video games. I finished Night Rain as well, so
Can't stop playing currently.
yes, I'm trying to get through like my whole catalog of like, okay, I need to beat this. I need to beat this. I need to beat that. Like right now, I'm playing Shinigami Tensei 5 right now.
Mm.
So after I finish that, then I could be like, okay, now I can get into Expedition 33 because yeah, I'm working on like two games as well. Like on the side, I'm like quietly playing Digimon Cyber Sleuth as well.
That's
So
awesome.
I love somebody said they know ball is awesome.
Yeah.
Um, while we're on the topic of gaming as well, I did want to throw it to the crew cam because I think they have some game related questions they wanted to ask.
of
Yeah.
course.
I kind of just wanted to say I saw 2 months ago you were streaming Pokemon Legends. First off,
Mm.
I don't have the game yet. I want to know if the game's good. Second, what's your Pokemon type? Because I was thinking maybe like Dark or Psychic, but I want to hear from you.
Oh, easy. Okay. So, in my opinion, like Legend ZA out of like the mainline Pokemon games, it's the best gameplay for sure. Story wise though, if you want me to say like the best Pokemon game, it's Legends Arceus. You should play that instead. In my
Yeah.
opinion, that's better. But I would say Legends ZA is like, pretty good. I
Cool,
like
cool,
it.
cool.
And for typing wise, honestly, it has to be Psychic. Like it has
Yeah.
to be my favorite
Yeah.
Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon right now. We're not gonna count Absol because like that's like that's almost cheating. Like we basically look the exact same.
That's real.
Uh, so besides that, I would say it's honestly Gallade,
Mm.
Mega Gallade in particular. A lot of the Pokemon that I end up like playing with and liking end up being psychic types. Like naturally, it's always either psychic, dark, or ghost. Like it's always like all of them. So yeah,
That's
those
tough.
types
Yeah.
for sure describe me.
Sick.
Love that. What would your type be? I think you would be fire.
My Pokemon type?
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a fire
Yeah.
type of
I'd be dragon
Pokemon.
for sure.
Mhm.
Dragon type.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be clean.
Yeah. All my Pokemon are always half dragon type. So
Heck yeah. Heck
What
yeah.
what dragon type in particular? Like which one like speaks to you the most?
Noivern's my favorite. But
Yes.
Dragapult might be my favorite overall with the typing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
get
dragon
it.
goes. I see it. I see it.
You
I
get it.
see
You get it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so recently you wrote a beautiful message to your younger self saying, quote, everything you wanted to do, you're doing it right now. What do you think little you would be the most surprised about all of this today?
Honestly, I would say for me, I would say that I grew into believing in myself creatively. I've always been into I've like even in school, like I wasn't necessarily dumb. I was always smart enough to kind of do the bare minimum so that I could do other creative things. Like I was always like drawing whenever I could. Like I would finish my homework just so that I could draw. I would finish my homework just so that I could write stories. I could finish my homework just so that I can do X, Y, and Z. And growing up, like I've always thought about being like a part of like the Lego company because I like Legos a lot. Then I was like, oh, I want to be into video game designing. Oh no, I want to make video game music. Like everything has always been so creative. And excuse me. And whenever it came with like my dad, and it makes sense. He was kind of like, getting into the creative field is always hard. So it's a lot easier to do like even like a trade if I want to. Like, oh, you want to do Legos so bad? Then try engineering. Like you could build stuff like over there. It's not exactly Legos, but it's relatively the same thing. And I've always kind of been like, I don't want to do that though. Like that's not the same thing. It's not creative in the way how I want to.
Right.
So if my little self saw me, I would just be like, oh yeah, so all my creative ideas like do work. Like I do have a vision and I should and I should pursue that because I've always thought that it was like a pipe dream almost. Especially being in like Texas, a lot of people don't really talk about anything creative for the most part. So yeah, that would be like the biggest thing for me.
I'll cry. Like, that's
No, that's
so
so
cute. It's
sweet.
so cute.
No, that's very inspiring and very very sweet. I love that. I also love too how you've put like it seems like you put a lot into your relationship with your community and your fan base. And we kind of like noticed too, of course, like you're very active in your Discord. So why
Mhm.
do you feel it's like so important to you to maintain that direct line of communication with like your fans and your community?
With me personally, I would say that the way how I always wanted to be, like an artist wise, from artists that I've seen growing up, and not even just sometimes artists, but sometimes just creatives in general, whether it's like even something like YouTubers or even like Twitch streamers, is that even though like I guess the creative product that you make is always good, I always like the idea of having more of like a community instead of it seeing like almost like a Walmart, you know? It's like people go to Walmart, people, obviously we shop there, X, Y, and Z, but there's no attachment deeper than that. It's just I go here for my necessities. If another store down the street was cheaper, I would immediately switch up and go to that one instead. So I just really like the idea of it being more creative and it being just deeper than music. So yeah, like sometimes like I'll like pop in the Discord, talk a little bit. Sometimes I'll just stream where only people within the Discord like know about it. Same thing with my channel on Instagram. I'll sometimes just like talk here and there about certain ideas that I have, leaking certain stuff. Like I've even previewed some songs for Volume 3 earlier on my Discord compared to other people. And fun fact, Dysphoria, that's like the biggest song seemingly off the album. That was gonna get scrapped until my Discord convinced me to drop the actual song. So
Wow.
it even gets deeper than that to where like influence like my actual music. So
Mm-hmm.
I always like that idea. That's why I call them like Novas because I feel like we're all like one in the same. And a lot of my fans will end up just unintentionally liking the same stuff that I do, which I don't think it's too much of a coincidence with how I make everything, like with how I just like go about my artistry.
You have curated such a vibe and aesthetic, so I feel like people drawn to you are naturally going to be drawn to like everything that you do, or at least most of it. So
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I love that. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. It's really great to see that you I guess build so much from your community. And it is also really interesting as well that, a song that you were going to scrap, they kind of like got you to bring back. Um,
Yeah.
do you find that that like helps in your process, like getting that outside opinion sometimes? Like, I guess like being in your like studio, like doing a lot of like the same projects. Do you sometimes feel like you'll look at a song and be like, I don't know about this, and then you'll walk away from it or give it somewhere else, and you're like, wait, never mind. Do you find that helps in your creative process?
Yeah, of course. I would say like I would say for outside help is around like 20% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cause in like Dysphoria, when I made it, I didn't make like the full song. I made like a quarter of it with just the chorus part. And I was just like, yeah, nah, I don't know how I feel about this. But then like the back of my brain was telling me that it can work. And that's when I reach outside for help. But for the most part, a lot of the songs that I make, if I'm not like super, super passionate about it, I'll just end up scrapping it entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, nah, if I don't like it, or if I don't even have that like feeling that like, no, this song can work, then how can I expect other people to like it? And a lot of the time when I even finish a song, I'll sit on it for like a week. I won't listen to it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'll just play it back in. Cause I always think about like the longevity of songs. Like, sure, I can make like a song that you'll listen to like once or twice, and then after that you'll just move on with the next one. But I always like the well, not even like the idea, but I always believe that longevity is the secret to anything creative. Like everything that's been iconic has been because of how it's survived throughout time, and sometimes even ages better as time moves on. So typically that's what I'll do whenever it comes to like my songs. And even sometimes with outside help, I'll even be like, yeah, nah, I'm really not feeling this one. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like I don't know. So sometimes I'll ask for help, but for the most part, I like to stick to my own intuition.
No, that makes sense. That's really cool process. And somebody in chat also asked, what's your favorite song that you have made?
Oh yeah, easily. Oh man, right now it's "The World Ends with You."
Hmm.
Easily, I love that song. Not a lot of times when I'm like making a song, I won't really be like, oh yeah, like this is the one. Um, Even whenever it came to Scars, when I made it, that was a song that was also about to be scrapped because like I just could not understand what I wanted to do with it. And even after I was finished, I was just like, I mean, it's good, it's good. I don't hate it. So I'll just put it out. But other songs like Molly and Sex, those like songs like that, I was instantly like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I got that same feeling, but even better with The World Ends With You. Like I believe that it's the best song that I've released so far. Sonically, mixing wise, lyrics wise, everything. Like I love that song so much. Like I was so tempted to even just like put that out immediately because I was just like, people have to hear this. I love this song so much. But I knew that I was like, no, I have to wait till, volume three drops to drop that. So yeah. The Word Ends With You is my favorite.
And speaking of Volume 3, now that it's out and your label debut is official, what is the next frontier for Novulent in 2026?
Oh yeah, of course. So I would say music wise, honestly, right now, I have a little idea that I want to pull with volume three. Of course, I don't want to leak that entirely, but I just want to say that the volume three era in time isn't over. There's a lot that I have planned related to that album. So there's more of that. And I would also say just for like future songs like outside of volume three, just covering more um mature storytelling. Um I really want to try and venture off into other style of emotional storytelling, sometimes not even emotional, just other just stories that I want to tell in music form. Of course the personal stories will never die. Like that's the foundation of Novulent. That will never go away. But just authentically evolving as time goes on cuz I'm not 18 anymore. I'm 21. My thoughts are different, the way how I think about things are different. So, of course naturally the songs are going to end up reflecting that. So, yeah, that's what I would say is like the next steps into my career music wise. I'm even working on songs like right now. Like I have this one song. Yeah, I'll say it. I have this like one song called the title's in beta. It could probably change, but it's called Fairy Tale right now. And it's about a story that I just had a conversation with my mom as a child. That's never been any type of topic that I ever talked about in any of my songs. And it's a different idea on what I want to go about it. So even things that are just left field like that, like it was a conversation I had when I was 13 years old with my mom. So that's a song that I'm working on right now, and other songs will end up reflecting not just topics like that, but just that state of mind of like it's not just going to be about um myself in particular with relationships. It'll be about a bunch of other things involving me.
I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing that. I'm like pumped. I'm a Nova now. Let's go.
That's right.
Well, before we let you go, just wanted to ask really quick, especially for all of our new community, new fans in chat. What's the best way to keep up with you? What do you have coming up? And can you tell us a little bit about this Twitch channel and what we can expect from that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course. So best way to keep up with me is my Instagram, Novulent, Novulent, and yeah, same thing with my YouTube as well. Same thing as well. It's Novulent. I'm pretty much Novulent on all my platforms except for TikTok. I'm Novulent official, and
That's right.
I did want to I guess post more personal type of videos on my TikTok compared to my Instagram. So of course, I would say follow my TikTok for that, for more intimate style of videos that aren't necessarily these grandiose style, which I always do love. I love doing that. I love doing that. I'm very particular about aesthetics. If my room wasn't obvious enough. And then with my Twitch as well, my Twitch is it should just be Novulent as well, Novulent, and I'm actually gonna end up streaming, I would say, like next Wednesday.
Wow.
So yeah, I want to, just like Twitch stream here and there just to talk more to my community. I don't want to say like mysterious because I'm definitely not, but I would say I'm more reserved in the sense of like I'm not like every day like here's what I eat for breakfast, here's where I'm going out for the day. Like I'm always very much like, I'm just reserved. When I have something planned, I got y'all. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna talk to you guys. And when I don't, just know that I'm planning something else just so that everything that I do has purpose.
Mhm.
And with the Twitch streams, that's what I want it to be like. I just want to be a chill little hangout sesh where I'm just talking with my Novas for like an hour or two within the day. And then whenever I feel like it and whenever is the right appropriate time, then I'm gonna do it again. So yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of this like advice and insight and everything, and for joining us today. I can't wait to see what's coming up next. I'm so excited.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Thank you guys for having me. A lot of the questions were honestly amazing. Like I never get asked like a good chunk of these questions. So they're usually like typical ones like, oh yeah, where do you live? And how's the scene in Texas, that I've been answered like many, many times, like my personal.
Oh.
So I'm very glad that you guys asked these questions.
Oh, that means so much. Thank you. And thank you for your time today. And all the goodbyes, everybody, please, for Novulent. Thank you so much. We will miss you. It has been
Yes.
amazing.